Hey everybody. Welcome to Incompetent Commentaries playthrough Star Ocean Second Story, my favorite RPG of all time. Introduce yourselves.
Hello,
Square
everybody.
Enix.
Actually,
I
wait, don't the
am-
intro. Shut up.
Oh.
I'm kidding, introduce yourselves.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mojo Corletanoa, and Kirito here, or whatever his screen name is called on YouTube. I don't know entirely right this moment. Invited me to join him for Star Ocean 2, and I was like, hell yeah.
Now we've got two people talking about Star Ocean, so it's not me explaining things and the other two not having a goddamn idea what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry, I've never heard about this goddamn game. By the way, I am Yoshi Hunter.
I'll just Naruto fan like pie. Occasionally do things with Curtis when our schedules align.
Yeah, you know, school's a bitch.
Yeah.
It is when you're a senior.
Oh.
Hey. Like, my knowledge on Star Ocean pretty much is at 3, which is pretty much my favorite game of all time now, because it's just so amazing. And Star Ocean 2 I played a little bit of, just to, like, sample it, and I really did like what I played, so... And I played the PS1 original version, so yay.
The PS1 original version, I like the PSP version overall, just because it does a lot of things better, but there are also things that it takes out that really annoys me, of things I just really liked of the PS1 version. In the PS1 version, item creation, I like this to go what's happening right now. I'm not hitting new game because I like the music that's going on right now.
Ha-cha-cha.
Yeah, there we go. Right now I'm picking Reina. There are two characters that I'll get to explaining after I explain why the PSP version does some things wrong.
Kippy.
I'll change the names later. I was just doing that because I couldn't think of any other name. The PSP version takes out some things of the PS1 version that I don't like, and the biggest one is item creation. There is still item creation in the PSP version. The problem with it is that in the PSP version, it's static images that you just scroll through the menu, click on, and then it'll pop up, or like the character will pop up, say whatever their opening line, like Claude says like, shit, I don't remember what any of them say now. I've just blocked out item creation because it gets annoying halfway through the game. But they pop and say their thing, and then the image of the item pops up, and the screen like flashes white, and then it either shows the successful item creation, or failed item creation, or nothing. In the PS1 version, because it was all like they wanted to incorporate some 3D in there because 3D was all the rage. For the item creation in the PS1 version, the item 3D model would pop up, and then it would like transmorph with one of the coolest sound effects in the game. I don't know why I liked it so much, I just did. It was like a warble gurgle sound effect, and the item would morph into either a successful item creation, a failed item creation, or nothing. I just found that so much cooler. The PSP version, I found out it was just static images, and I'm like, damn it! No, that was one of the best parts!
Yeah.
So this is a
Sometimes the
remake of the
remakes-
first game.
Yes.
Why is it called
The
second?
second.
No.
Okay.
This is a sorry. The first game was a SNES game. I believe never released outside of Japan, but then the second game was okay to release in America. I don't know.
Yeah, Star Ocean 1 and Star Ocean 2 were both remade for the PSP. Star Ocean 1 was released under the title First Departure, and this game was released under the title Second Evolution.
Yes.
Oh. Was the remake of the first one released in America?
Yes.
Yes, and it is the definitive in every single way possible.
Yeah, I hear the first game on the Super Famicom by my friend and circuit older brother Akira. By the way, Akira, if you're watching this, hello. He basically said that the Super Famicom version was ball-bustingly hard.
It's too dangerous right now.
I wouldn't say ball-bustingly hard, but very hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say ball-bustingly. It was hard only because...
Besides, there's also
See you later.
I don't know, I feel like to me it had pacing issues with the enemies. Like in this game, I have absolutely no issue. But that's because I know how to pretty much fuck this game in the ass with level grinding.
Oh, that
But that's
child.
beside the
What
point.
she sees in the sacred forest is
In the
beyond
first
me.
game, the enemies got too hard too quick, in my opinion, and it made the game extremely hard. And in order to beat not even the final dungeon,
That was
but just some of the
close.
dungeons,
Why does
like
my
in the
mom
latter
always
half
have
of the
to harp
game,
on
you
me
had
like
to be
that?
like max level.
Better get to the sacred
I felt
forest
like
quick
in
if I
order
wanna
to
make
have
it
a
there.
chance at surviving.
Yeah. Also, I find
Or
this
maybe
really
it just
funny.
sucked.
In the PSP version, for whatever the reason, Reina here, her age has been increased by a year, yet she looks a whole lot younger than she does in the PS1 version.
Yeah, I actually have the I actually have the PDF. I'm gonna put the picture of Reina or the artwork of Reina for the PS1 version here, and then I'm gonna put the PSP version here. The PS1 version looks so much older, or the PS1 artworks look so much older than the PSP version, just because in the PSP they had to go all like, you know, anime art style, and of course, you know, the older you are, the younger you look.
Yeah. Apparently.
For some reason. So she's 18 in this version, which I'm convinced they did that because back then it was 1999, and 19 and 17 wasn't so bad. And this was released 2000. Hold on, I have the game case here.
9.
2009, wasn't it?
That's
I
what the
don't
title
know.
screen said.
2000. Well, the title screen is always a year like after. So I want to let me go look to Wikipedia.
It was released in 2000. Let's just put it that way.
Star Ocean, the second evolution.
So are all the cutscenes as anime as the first one that we saw?
No, actually, that's another thing about the PSP version that really bothers me. Is like within the first 10 minutes of the game, at the beginning you have CG cutscene. That was in the original PS1 version. And then as we enter the Shingo Forest, which isn't going to happen for right now, we we get this anime cutscene, and then we get.
Something about the sacred forest just makes me feel
Oh, no.
refreshed. I think
I was confused for a second. We get this animated cutscene right here, and then
It's
we
so
don't
pretty.
get a cutscene until the end
really
of the
wish my mother
first
wouldn't
half
worry so
of the
much about
game,
me.
mind you,
This
which
place
is
couldn't
like
possibly be
14
any
parts
safer.
away, and each part is at least a half an hour long. So that's like 7 hours of gameplay before we get another animated cutscene, and then we get like 3 of them, and then we don't get another one until the end of the game.
Oh lord.
Curtis, how many parts are there?
24.
Oh!
It's an RPG, man. I try to make this as short as goddamn possible.
I know!
Unfortunately, for making the
Was
parts as
that
short as
Bigfoot?
possible, some of the parts
And battle
become
system.
What is he doing?
if you picked Reina, this battle is automatic. You don't do anything.
Yeah, it's literally just him shooting.
What he's got there, this mysterious person question mark has, it's called a phase gun.
Bitch, that's a
Good thing
fucking
you made it in
shuriken.
time.
Shuriken. The fuck is that? No, Hadouken, my bad.
I guess I should explain some things because I'm not going on Claude's side. If you pick Claude, it brings more backstory, so you can understand why Claude's feeling. That's why there's 2 stories. Claude is part of the I think it's
You all
the
right?
Pan-Galactic
That was a close one.
Federation.
Yeah.
There's a
If you
fuller
don't mind
name
me
to that,
asking.
but I don't remember what it was. But they're part of the Earth Federation, Earth
Hey, wait!
Earth something Pan-Galactic Federation. Him, his dad, and his father's
That scared
crew
me. You didn't
were
have to
on
get so
a ship
close to me
called
like that all of a
Calmus.
sudden.
I guess you could
Maybe it
equate it
was
to
rude of me
the
to run away
Enterprise from
like
Star
that.
Trek if you wanted to. They
You
were
did
going
tell me to
through
wait,
space on a
too.
mission to Milokenia or Mirokenia, depending on which version you're playing. I think the PSP version is Mirokenia,
Hope he's still
and the
around.
PS1 version is Milokenia. Japanese LR. Which
Wait, if this were Japanese, would it be just?
no, if this were Japanese, it'd probably
Oh, good.
be Mirokenia.
I was hoping you'd wait for me.
If this were Japanese, it'd be Mirokenia.
I'm
Because
sorry I
they
ran away like
mix the
that.
L and R's. But Mirokenia
Oh,
will
no,
be something
that's okay.
explained. that I will explain later in the game
just
when the
that
information
everything
comes
happened
up,
so
because it
quickly.
doesn't
I was
specifically
really
say. It
shocked.
kind of drops that ball, in my opinion. But anyway, they
Scary,
were
huh?
exploring this planet, Mirokenia, because there was a bunch of disturbances, and they sent other
Yes,
Federation
a little.
forces,
Still, I'm really sorry
ships out
about
there
all
before,
this. You saved
and they just
me,
kept
but I
disappearing.
ran off like
And
that.
so they went to investigate it themselves,
don't
and
worry
then
about it.
there was a machine
Besides, you
there. It
did
was like a
stop the raid,
transporter
didn't you?
machine. That, you know, if you remember what I'm saying now, will click when we see it.
Oh, I haven't introduced myself.
Oh, you want me
My
to pay
name's
attention?
Raina.
I'm
Raina
sorry.
Ranford.
It's an RPG. The story's kind of the most
Oh,
important part.
And,
Yeah,
I'm Claude.
easily.
Claude C. Kitty.
Not for playing Skyrim.
Also,
in this
I'd
RPG,
like.
it's the most important part.
Nice to meet you, Mr.
Also,
Kenny.
if I'm right, Claude's father
So,
was a
Mr.
playable character
Kenny,
in the first Star
was
Ocean
there
game.
something you wanted to
Claude's
ask me
father was the
earlier?
main character in the first Star Ocean game.
Was he? I thought it was Rodic.
Right. It's nothing that important,
Ronix.
really, but...
Why did I say Rodic? I don't know.
That's the whole reason, unless I'm misremembering, it has been a while. I hope I'm right. Text here if I'm wrong.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Are you a traveler?
So-
All the wrong.
When I'm doing,
something like that.
going to technical aspects really quick before I go back to the Pan-Galactic Federation.
Where are you from?
I listen to the recordings and I do
from
research
Earth?
on things that I say that I don't know if I'm right or not.
Earth?
And then if I'm wrong, I
Where
belittle
is
myself.
that?
Well,
Also,
how can
look,
I-
one
Didn't you
joke
have us
that
do it for you?
It's really far away from me.
one joke I really liked in the
Really
PS1 version that they kind of took out of this version was when Claude says like, "Oh, I'm from
A
Earth."
faraway place.
They whenever
That's really
Raina repeats it back like
amazing.
Earth, like where's
Yes.
that? It actually
Well,
misspells it to
not really.
URTH.
They did miss that because I guess it's to try
Mr.
to make her
Kenny,
look
once we cross this
smarter.
bridge, we'll
But
be
Yeah.
at
you've
Arlia.
got a guy from a civilization that's
Arlia. Is that
much
where you
more
live?
advanced, quote
But,
unquote.
are you sure it's alright if I just barge in?
You'll see when we reach the second half of
Of
the game.
course it is. Besides,
That's
I need to repay
more
you
advanced than
somehow.
what she is.
No, please,
Um,
don't worry about it. I didn't do anything that special.
Transported from a strange alien
You
planet
don't
to
have
this
to be so
underdeveloped planet
modest.
that has
It
no
won't be
idea what
much,
space
just
exploration
the least I
is.
can offer you.
They
So
just know that the
please.
stars up there are stars, not other living planets or bodies of light. Or I'm sorry, celestial
they all
bodies of
go
light or
up?
other planets.
Also, something that
Here we are.
that was kind of
Welcome to
brought to my
Arlia.
attention that I never really thought about, and this was also explained by Akira to me, was in Star Ocean, one of the biggest things that I guess fans might have wondered would be if certain characters from other planets,
so
like how do they
pretty.
understand each other? That's
Is
because
it? Well,
some of the
thank you.
characters have something called, I think it's just called the communicator,
Ah, it's
where
such a nice
it basically
place.
translates
I like it a
languages.
lot.
Basically, like if I say something to, or like since Claude is saying something here to like Raina,
Listen,
she's
would
hearing
you
it
be
in
able
her
to show
native
me around the
language,
village?
while whatever Raina's saying is
course.
translated
I don't mind
into
at all.
English for Claude. I
can-
think.
I can
Or we
debunk
can-
that theory because at the end of the first half of the game, Claude loses his communicator, loses
Oh, shit.
loses quote unquote, that you'll see later, and so through the entire second half of the game, unless the alien planet itself was a giant translator, well then you got me there, but good luck convincing me of that.
Here, let's go with the Star Wars route. They all speak the same language.
They'll speak Galactic Basic.
I'm just gonna say lucky bullshit. That's,
Or that too.
that's my new phrase for when something doesn't make sense. Lucky bullshit. So yeah, it is definitely not the communicator because there is no way Cloud will understand them in the second half of the game. And in the first half of the game, there is there are two people you can find. There are secret characters that you will not see because I'm only getting 4 characters. If you want to see me get the other characters, fuck off. No, I'm kidding. If you want me to get the other characters, I'll do like another playthrough and show off how to get the characters or whatever.
I want you to get the other characters.
there are 2 secret playable characters that are named Opera and Ernst that are hold on, I have the strategy guide.
They're not a secret anymore.
Oh yeah,
They're supposed to be secret. Let me see.
Part 1 spoilers.
allegedly.
Either tetragenes or tetragenus. 23 years old, Earth equivalent, birth date August 24th, height 106 centimeters. I have the strategy guide. Opera and Ernst are tetragenous. They're from another alien planet, and they crash landed on an escape pod. And I know they don't have a communicator in there, so there's no way the communicator is how they're understanding each other.
I mean, they
you
might
got
have
me.
built into them. Nope. Just bullshit reasoning. There we go.
Oh,
That's all it
really
is.
now? Just what
Magic.
could that be?
I'm
Ooh.
not
Which,
exaggerating.
no, wait,
He's
I'm
here.
sorry.
The
Symbology.
hero has arrived.
No, it's just sweet science and magic. That's all it is.
No,
The
see, it's
hero.
funny because
The one
symbology
from
is
the
what they
legends.
call magic.
You
in this
know
game.
the
Because
hero.
it's
He's come to
symbolic.
save us.
I'll shut up, you.
It's called-
Also,
Reina,
it's
oh
called-
sorry, go on.
Are you
it's
sure
called
about
Symbology
that?
in Star Ocean EX, which is not as bad as
Yes,
everyone says
he's
it is.
wearing
They
clothes
just
like I've
edited it
never
on a
seen
bullshit
before,
moment because
and
it was
he
supposed
has
to be
the
like
sword of
another
light.
26 episodes, but they didn't do it. It's called-
Actually, in
The
sorry to
Sword of
interrupt,
Light?
but it was continued, but it was continued in the form of a drama CD, only released in Japan. That's what I heard anyway.
Fuck you, Japan!
Speaking of only released in Japan,
where
it was
is he
only
right
a few
now?
months ago that I realized there was
He's
a
outside
sequel to
right
this
now,
game
so
released
I'm
on the
gonna-
Game Boy, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
Blue
Curtis,
sphere.
I'm down. No.
It's Blue Sphere, yeah.
Um,
And no, not the
excuse
Sonic
me.
3 hack. Or not the Sonic 3 hack. It's not the Sonic 3 lock-on game.
Yeah,
Ah,
not the Sonic
is
3
something
special
wrong,
stage.
Mr.
It was
Kenny?
called Star Ocean Blue Sphere, released on the Game Boy.
It's been a while
released on
since
the
you
Game Boy
left me,
Advance. It
so
pissed me
I
off.
was just
So it
wondering
would be
what's up.
funny if it was just Blue Sphere with Star Ocean
Oh,
characters.
my apologies.
That's what I was
Stop.
thinking too. That's what,
Stop.
What pisses me
Don't
off
give them
is-
any ideas.
Wait outside
What
for me
pisses me
just a
off
little
even
bit
more
longer.
is there was somebody working on the
Sure.
working on a
Do you mind
on
if
an
I
English
walk around a
translated
little?
ROM since 2008, but discontinued
Oh,
it
please
last year.
do. Go ahead.
oh god.
So now I wouldn't be able to understand
He
what the
surprised me.
fuck is going on.
Was
Or you
Well,
could
like,
play Japanese.
They might have been taking so long
Yeah.
because, like, if it's any, if Blue
I'm
Sphere is
sure we
anything
should
like
leave him
how
out there by
these games are
himself.
with their content, oh lord.
I think
It's
he'll
an
be
RPG.
okay,
I
but
can expect it to take a while, but they were working on it since 2008 and they discontinued it. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Reina, tell him to come inside. That'll probably be better. Yes, let's do that.
Come
okay,
inside.
I'll go
Okay.
get him.
This thing about 5 hours. Go and go.
Oh, my
fuck
name's
them.
not Rena, it's Gimpy.
I will
You actually
explain
believed
everything
me,
that's
Mom?
happening on screen right after I get back to finishing the Pan-Galactic
Of
Federation.
course I did, Reina. You're my
No, wait, I did
daughter.
finish it. Claude got into a transporter machine and got transported to Expel and everything happened here. Alright, what I've been babbling over for the last, I don't know, like
Thank you.
15 minutes is, this girl's name, canonically, is Reyna. I just renamed him because it's my playthrough. And so what happens is she's traveling through the, in the PS1 version it's Shingo Forest, in this version it's the, Sacred Forest? I think we'll find out here in a second. No. We'll find out later. But she goes to the Sacred Forest. She gets run into by a monster, and then question mark comes in and saves her. She gets confused, thinks it's the Sword of Light, thinks it's the
Sorry to keep you
thinks it's
waiting,
the
Mr.
Hero of
Kenny.
Light who's come to save them after all the
Oh,
calamities.
Reina, are you done?
The Sorcery Globe, as they'll be explaining later, landed on the planet, is causing all these catastrophes, natural disasters, earthquakes, tornadoes, fires, destruction of cities. It's causing all the animals to become monsters, which is why that gorilla thing was trying to attack her. And she thinks this guy is the
Hello.
Hero of Light because of his unauthorized
Reina,
use
I
of
wasn't
the phase
expecting
gun.
you two to be back so
On a
early.
developed planet, they
Just
don't
in
know you're
time,
not
though.
supposed to use
I
them,
was
things
just
like that,
finishing
yada,
up
yada, yada.
everything.
And so she's going
Finishing
through,
up?
introducing him to the
What?
whole town. He's trying to blend in, trying not to be suspicious, which he's failing at miserably.
Almost like he's from a different planet.
Isn't the only protagonist that's able to properly maintain the UP3,
Mom,
which is what they
what's
call
all
like
this
the
food
whole
here
like
for?
protect underdeveloped planet thing
Doesn't
from
it look
seeing
delicious?
modern
I
technology.
put all of
The
my
only
best
protagonist,
recipes out
I
on
think
the
to my
table for
knowledge,
you.
that actually tries to uphold that is Fate, the main character
That's
Star Ocean
not
3.
what I mean.
How did you
I
make a
think-
turkey that fast, lady?
Did I do
thought
something
he
wrong?
used a gun when he,
I just thought I'd thank Mr. Kenny
No,
with a nice
Fate
meal.
in the very beginning of the game, like, you know, he crash
I
lands on
understand
Vanguard
that,
3,
but
and
isn't
he's
this a
like, you
little
know, I
much?
don't want to get, like, I'm not getting arrested for violating.
it?
Screw that. I'm
He's
creating a
pretty
weapon
young,
from this,
so
like,
I figured he'd
escape
have a big
pod that
appetite. You
had.
are hungry,
You're
aren't
right.
you,
He
Mr.
creates
Kenny?
like a very like broken
Actually,
iron
I
sword,
am,
I think it
yeah.
was.
Yeah, something like that. And
See,
basically
a real
he
man could
tries
put
to
all
blend
this
in
away,
with
no
the fact
problem.
that
So
he
eat as
isn't
much as
like
you
he's
like,
trying to
alright?
like get people to believe that, you know, he is a part of their planet, so that way he doesn't screw with the UP3
Thanks.
and the planet's
Okay, so-
history.
Oh, Mom.
So he
And
does his
at all-
Star Fox Adventures route. Gotcha.
And
Basically.
it just so happens that he's not the only blue-haired motherfucker on the planet, which is amazing, by the way. Anime.
It's almost like it's anime.
Oh, thank you so much
Lord.
for the meal, but I just can't eat anymore.
Also, something that
Are
I
you
gotta
okay?
say
You
about the
didn't have
PSP
to force it
version,
all down,
the
you
voice
know.
acting. Thank you for improving
I'm
it.
fine. I'm fine.
the
I've got a cast iron stomach.
the voice acting for parts right here
I'm
is
sorry
amazing.
my mother made
but
so
God
much.
damn, I missed the PS1 battle cries.
It was all delicious.
Peer
though.
into peaches,
My
ladies
mother
and
would never
gentlemen.
be able to
Peer
do
into
something
peaches.
Like that.
Tearing to tearing to tearing to tearing to tearing to
Thanks for
tearing
the
to tearing to
compliment.
pieces.
I'm glad you're happy.
No, see, Curtis, that's when next time
I'm
you get
gonna
inside
go
a battle, it's
downstairs
when
and
you
help my
put
mother
in.
clean up.
Oh no,
Feel
trust
free
me.
to rest
There'll
up
be
here
part
for a
air
bit,
slash
alright?
later.
Oh god, no.
Sure,
I
that
think.
sounds good.
I might have cut that out. Damn. I'll make part air slash. No, my 3 favorite moves to spam, just because of how funny the voice clips were in the
How
original
is he,
PS1
Raina?
version, was the actual name of the move was Ripper
He
Blast.
said he
but
couldn't eat
Claude would say
anymore,
tear
so
to
I had him
pieces.
rest
It's where
upstairs
he
for a
launches,
bit.
rocks from the ground.
Is that right?
Cool.
Bowman,
case,
who we'll see later,
now would
he's
be a good time to
pharmacist,
tell the mayor.
is
It's
explosion
dark
pills,
out, so be careful,
and Diaz is
Raina.
air slash. Explode!
Okay,
Explode!
I'll go
Explode!
get him.
Explode! Explode!
Oh lord. And like speaking of like spamming moves, one of my favorite moves to spam in Starship Until the End of Time is Maria, her scatter beam, because if you know how to time that just right, you can get ridiculous damage with it.
Wait, we're going Shadow the Hedgehog within this bitch?
No.
Oh god, no.
There's no time to waste.
Star Ocean 3.
Now, just what is going on here, young
How
lady?
should I put it?
The hero.
I
He's
don't want to say
finally
improves
appeared.
battle.
Beetle.
I don't want to say
What?
improves battle mechanics, but
It's true.
it.
He has the
I
sword
guess
of
it
light
refines
and
them
everything.
for more
Sword of
advanced
Light?
style of gameplay.
His clothes
Yeah.
are foreign
Fits
looking
better,
too. There's
but
no doubt
if-
about it. He's the hero from
As
the
I was saying
legend.
before, I don't remember who I was talking to. If you are a huge fan of the second and first game like I
My
am, Star Ocean
goodness.
3, 4s, and eventually
Tell me,
5
Rena,
whenever it comes
where
out,
did
that
you
is like
find
a
him?
day -7 purchase.
In the sacred
I
forest.
say
He
negative
seemed to
7.
be from a
I'm gonna
monster
get it
using the
before it's
sword of
released.
light. And right now
Well,
he's
I mean, if
resting in
you
my house.
pre-ordered on Amazon, it might come out soon. Or it may come out. I might come to you the day before. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you the truth.
but if you're a fan of
What's
1 and
more,
2 and
he
you
said
try and
he's on a
switch into
journey,
3 and
but didn't
4
have
and
any
5,
idea where he
you're
was.
gonna have trouble adjusting to it,
He
but you
claims
will
to
get
be
to
from
it
somewhere,
eventually.
but I've
Just
never even
be
heard of
careful
the
with
place.
4,
Don't you
because
think this is
the,
more than a coincidence?
oh fuck, what was it called?
Indeed.
The mechanic
It
where
is
you like
something
get
worth
behind
looking
him
into.
and
Blindsiding?
Blindside, thank you.
No problem.
The blindside mechanic takes a while to get used to, and
Rena,
if you don't,
I know as well
play
as
on easy.
anybody that you are not
because
the
if
kind
you're
of
not a
girl
master
to
of the
make up
blindside
stories
mechanic,
either.
you're not winning on any other difficulty.
Thank you, Mayor.
Eh.
So be a cheap
So
little
let's
fucker.
get to the bottom
Gotcha.
of this. First things
Until you
first,
master the
let's see
blindside
what he
ability,
has to
which
say.
is necessary to beat some enemies in that game.
I'm sorry, but blindsiding is being a cheap little fucker in my book.
Yes, it is, but have you tried beating Aetheric Queen 6 Wings?
Mom, I'm back.
Raina, oh, no,
point
no,
stands.
no, no.
Shut the fuck up.
That bitch is
What's wrong,
impossible.
Mom? Why are you panicking
You know, unless
like
you're
that?
Japanese and you spam like
No,
X-Claw
it's just that I've...
and
No,
oh,
no,
shit,
Curtis,
what
what
was
you do is you get him out of
Mom, tell me
control.
what's wrong.
And him out of the game.
I said it.
that? Well, I was about to say, mono
Said
controller's not
what?
going to work that well because you still have to wait for the
I
moves
said
to
the
finish.
H word.
She
What?
will mop
You told him
Ho?
that?
Did she
So
say
what
ho?
did he say?
No.
I
Okay.
don't think he understood what I meant.
Now, again,
Please
everything
be
that I was
calm,
missing, I have to do.
everyone. It's all right.
Never mind.
He doesn't understand what this
every-
is all about either.
What was the
Smooth.
last thing I said? Claude was getting invited to the house. She cooks a meal for him. She's laying down. Raina went over to get the mayor. Raina's mom spilled the fucking beans to Claude.
She goes, toss them inside the wood.
She said the
Yes.
H word.
Allow me to
which is
say,
hero,
I'm
and now they're about
honored
to go
to make
through
your
a
acquaintance. My
ginormous
name is
dialogue
Regis,
scene,
and I humbly
Oh,
serve
Lord.
this
which
village as its
I
mayor.
have to show off for game simplicity, but I'm gonna sum it up right now. Shit be
Good
fucked
to meet
up,
you,
yo.
sir.
What happened is
Allow me to
the source of
thank you
gold that I stated earlier
profusely
came down, started
for
causing
saving
all
our
these
dear
disasters,
Rena's
blah, blah,
life
blah,
in
blah,
the
blah, blah,
sacred
blah.
forest.
And then Raina thinks he's the hero of light, blah,
Oh,
blah,
not at all,
blah.
sir.
And pretty much this entire conversation is Regis here going,
Speaking
"Our
of
planet's in
which,
trouble. Are you
Rena
not the
has
hero?"
told me that you
and then
are,
Claude
at
goes,
present,
"No, I'm not." And the
in
mayor
the
goes, "You are
midst of a
lying." And Claude
journey.
goes, "Say that to my face, bitch." And then and then the mayor's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
well,
all right,
it's
fine,
hardly
you're
worth
not
calling
God."
a journey, really.
And then he sends him on his way.
So
This
tell
is
me,
the rest of
where
the
is
card
your
as far as I know.
destination? The
Okay,
kingdom
so
of
Curtis,
Cross,
let me summarize it
or
even
perhaps
better than
the
that.
continent of
Plot.
Well,
It's basic.
Wait, so you're saying half of the part pretty much is just one
A
conversation?
curious
I think
traveler
so, yeah.
indeed.
God,
Good
it's one
lord.
conversation,
Where you
everything
are,
that goes after
But
it,
where
and
you
then
are
me
going is
going,
also yet unknown.
into the beginning of Salvamine, because I
Curtis,
get, huh.
why didn't you just say
What
screw
are
the
you
voice
trying to
acting
say, sir?
for this
Because I
part,
have to
and
show it
just-
off.
just
Mr.
show it on
Kenny,
screen
You
long
don't
enough for
have
people
to
to
show
pause.
anything
Forgive
off,
my
dude.
rudeness for a moment.
They're not
I do believe
gonna
everything
hear
you
the
have
voice
told
acting
us has
anyways.
been a
Oh,
lie.
you're talking about the actual
You
text.
are
Yes,
far
in this
from an
in
ordinary
this game, there's an
traveler.
option to be able to skip text or not. And so what I did is because I wanted everyone to get the
If
story.
I'm not a traveler, then what am I?
Because there are more interesting parts of the story that'll let itself play out, but this is
A
just
visitor from another
this is boring.
world. A
and
hero of legend,
inconvenient,
hidden
and
under the
takes
guise
way
of a
too long to
traveler.
explain a
In
basic
fact,
premise of the game.
even you will agree
Um,
that you are the hero of
But
light who has come to
so what
fulfill
I did
his
in the
duty
options
as
menu
our
is
savior.
there's an option
Am
to
I
skip
wrong?
text boxes or don't, and I kept it on don't. So what you
What?
don't see me doing is
listen,
me sitting behind
what
my
would possibly
computer,
make you think that
bored
I,
as fuck, head in my shoulder, just mashing the A button on my
If it's proof
USB
you need,
Xbox
then let
controller,
me share
just
with
wanting
you
to
a
get through
glimpse
all these
of
text
our
boxes.
world. It has been
Don't you mean your
Somebody
X button on your
shoot me
legit
now.
The
PSP?
people of Expel are suffering under
Yeah, it
the
would be the
threat
X
of
button on the
impending doom. A hero will appear.
Or
in
PSP.
garments
Oh,
of foreign
wait.
make. And with his
Just
sword
saying,
of
when I do
light, he
KOTOR,
will save
I
us
am
all.
not showing off every conversation
Your
option.
clothes are nothing like
Oh god,
what we
no.
have.
That would
okay.
take way too
You carry
long.
the
Let me
sword of light.
let me put it this
What
way.
more
If I were
proof
to
do we
put it, if I
need?
were to bring in this game with every piece of conversation you can have, including private actions,
I don't have
different
any
characters,
sword
all
of
that,
light.
it would not
And
be
all
24
the
parts.
endings. And all
Of
the
course
endings.
you
Gotta keep in
do.
mind, because
You
Oh yeah,
used
If
the
I-
if
blinding
I were to
light
show off
save me
all the
earlier.
endings, one, this would not be 24 parts. Multiply 24 by 24 by 24 by
That?
24, and you'll have the amount of parts this game would be.
Well, no,
because
Curtis, for all the endings, all you have to do is just have
Really
like one long ass video showing every ending. There,
Yeah.
Got to
done.
be.
Curtis, you also don't understand. In
There's, like-
KOTOR, many of the conversations are different depending on who's in your party and your actions. So there's just way too many different.
There's a
I
fucking
know.
I
infinite
think I
amount,
know why
and
you're
it's
all
fucking
confused.
annoying.
This
It's the
weapon
same
of mine,
thing in this
it's
game,
not a
guys.
sword
Trust
of
me,
light,
I know
although
exactly
I'll
what
admit
you're
that it's
talking
something
about.
like one. But still, carrying
And if
this
I'm
around doesn't
right,
make me
that
any kind
the
of special
PSP version
hero.
adds like
There's gotta be some
20
kind of
more
mistake.
endings to the mix.
Oh,
How can you
The
say
PSP version can only add.
Well, I mean, I'm not a hero. I don't have any kind of power like that. I don't even have any idea what's going on here. How can you expect me to save anyone at all?
Which is, I think there's like. Oh, hold on. Okay, I gotta do the math in my head. You guys continue talking.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You really
Oh yeah,
don't
by
know
the way,
anything about
audience,
the Sorcerer
and
Club or the
anybody who's
Cataclysms?
curious, this game has like 100 endings, I think. Exactly, this
Fuck
version.
you.
But,
About something that
Good
happens in
lord.
a village here.
yeah, the PS1
We're
version
talking
had
about the
80, but they added
cataclysms
20, I
that have
think. So
affected the entire
And
world.
80 wasn't enough.
No, there were 80 endings in the original because each character had to have a friendly and had to have a singular ending
It
by
seems
themselves.
that you do
A
not
friendly
really know what
ending
we are
with
talking about.
the male
Please
characters and a
allow me to
romantic ending
explain.
with the female characters. So Claude alone would be an ending, Claude and Reyna would be an ending, Claude and Celine would be
It
an ending,
all
Claude and Ashton,
began
and on and
3
on and on and
months
on.
ago.
In this game, they added another character, Welch, which you first met in Star Ocean 3.
Yeah.
Became a
On
secret
another
character in
continent,
4.
northwest
They
of this
remade
village,
this game
there is a
and the
kingdom
first game
by
and
the
put her both
name
of
of
those games.
El.
So Welch is in every single one of the games. And because there are 12 characters you
One
can get,
fateful day,
Welch has to
a
have an ending
meteor
with each of
crashed
those
upon
characters.
Aluria, a town
Because I
located
think she's
within El's
compatible with
territory.
everybody. And then she had to have a singular ending, which is 13. So 80 plus 13 is 93.
At first, people saw
so
it
what
as
you're
being
saying
Oh,
is
Lord.
it's going the
a
Shadow of the
very
Hedgehog route.
remarkable
There's multiple
celestial
fucking
event.
endings for no motherfucking reason.
Yes, but each and every single one of them is canonical
before
because Star
long,
Ocean 3 does
a
not take place
cataclysm
anywhere
took
near
place.
this game. So,
Ew.
They can all be
Great
canonical
hordes
if you
of
want to.
monsters
It's not a waste
suddenly
of time.
appeared in the once
And Star Ocean
peaceful
3,
nation, and the havoc
if I'm
they
right, Star Ocean
spread
3 had like
devastated the
around
kingdom of
20
Error.
endings. I think.
don't know, but it's certainly less. Yeah, by the way, there were
Depend-
80 endings in the original because there were
There
some
has
characters
never
you
been
couldn't get
anything
together.
like this
If you could get
before
every
in our
character
world.
together, well, that's
Not
12
until
times
the
12.
arrival of that meteor.
Which is 144.
Yeah. Add Welchin, which is another
It
13,
only
and it
stands
brings
to
you up
reason
to
that the two events
157.
are related to each other.
Yeah. And then like there's the fact that you also have to factor in like, and I know you essentially just said this, but like
The
you have to factor in like who
meteor
you
came
get
to
for
be
that
called the
playthrough and
Sorcery
whatnot.
Globe,
Because like,
a
for example,
stone of
in
pure
like
demonic
I'm using Star Ocean 3
evil.
here as an example because I freaking love that game.
No matter how you
like
look
Star
at
Ocean
it,
3, like
that stone must be the reason for the disasters that have befallen
getting
the
like
world.
encounter Roger can have an effect on your ending. Like you can choose to like either encounter him or not encounter him, and that'll affect your ending basically. And whoever you have like locked in your party, like one playthrough you could go for say Albel and
And
Nell, and the
now,
next playthrough you go for
just
say
as the
Pepita
Sorcery
and
Globe
Roger
fell
as your
upon our
optional party
heads
members,
one
and that'll
day,
affect the ending as well.
so
I
you
think.
have also
Thank you
appeared
for
out of
speaking
thin
again.
air.
Everything got quiet there
If
for a
that
second. I thought,
stone
oh shit, my
is the
computer's
source
about
of
to
the
blue screen.
chaos, then we believe that only
I got
you
scared.
can
Oh,
cut
and for
through the chaos
for
and
you
save
people inside
us.
the audience who doesn't know what Code War
But
is,
I'm just
where the fuck have you been? Underneath a rock or some shit?
The
It's
cataclysms
Knights of
are
the Old
still
Republic
ongoing as we
He doesn't
speak.
know what is?
Strings of
that
earthquakes
came
Knights
up
of the Old
nothing
the
Republic.
Xbox
recorded before.
Oh,
long
Docile
yeah.
in
animals
Distant Land.
turning into
Boo, the
fearsome
PC version's better.
monsters. It will not be long
I'm
before
sorry, I have the
disaster
Xbox
befalls
version
this
because fuck
humble
you.
village too.
Oh god, this cutscene's still going on.
This first part, the title of this part is going to be
But
cutscene. The
I'm
part.
not anyone special like your story said. How am I supposed to deal with
There
some
was
kind of
one
magic
battle.
meteorite?
In
Ugh.
this entire thing, everything else is
If you
pointless.
are
You
not,
can't even
And
count
that
that
one
as a
count.
battle.
Yeah, because
You didn't
didn't
do
Where you
anything.
It's why I'm using this part to explain
I don't know how to
everything
explain
I
it.
possibly
And even
can
if
that
I
I'm not
did, you
showing
wouldn't
off,
understand it.
or that
The only thing
isn't
I can tell
directly
you is that I'm
explained in
here
the
because
game.
of an accident. And
Going
not because
back
I wanted to be
to
here.
the
I just want to go back to where I came from.
To
That's
a
all.
hero thing. If you're playing as Reyna, well,
you
let
must
me say
have
this
your
first.
reasons.
When you're playing as either
But you
character,
must let us know
you can
more
get
before we
you have
can
the
make
potential to
sense
get
of this.
every single player in the game except for
I
one.
know, but that's all I can tell
if
you.
you're Reyna, if you're Reyna, you have the choice of getting Dios or leaving
Very
Dios,
well.
who in my opinion is the best fighter in the game, just not the most powerful.
If you
that goes to
insist on
Claude.
it, then I am
If you're
sure
playing
there
as
is at
Claude,
least
you have
some
to have
truth
Leon.
to it.
I don't know if you can ditch
You
him
will have to
because of the
accept that
circumstances that
you
go
are
along
not
with
the
game.
hero of light after all.
Can you explain why the save
can
thing
this
looks
be?
like Sonic got bored and decided to play ring toss with the checkpoints?
I'm sorry.
Oh, why?
This
Pay
is
attention to
probably
that.
not what you all wanted to
don't know.
hear.
That's the way the designers
Not
designed
at
the save
all.
thing.
It is our own fault forcing you to
Better
be
than Final
someone you are
Fantasy
not in the
VII
first
stupid
place.
C question mark thing.
I'm sorry about this.
Do I want to save?
Oy.
No, I'll be fine. Dies.
Curtis said
That's
something
how
bad
Maxwell
about
the
Final
Tail
Fantasy
is.
VII. Jay better not hear about this.
Cue those who fight further.
Those
So,
who fight
Kurt,
further,
you making
let's go faster.
I don't
So, Chris, were you
believe this.
making a sick joke about dying and not
Must be the
saving
one.
before you die?
Those clothes.
So where you had to go all the way
and that
fucking
sword
back?
of light.
Yeah, that actually at the very end of the game, at the last dungeon, that happened to me twice. Both times the recording fucked up anyway. And so I said, screw it, it's the end of the game anyway, and I was going, because I'm playing on an emulator, I don't know what I'm doing sitting here for this long, because I'm playing on an emulator, I have the ability to use save states and such. I don't use save states because I don't need them, but what I do is I pause the recording, and then I cut back in, which you will see next part.
You said doo-doo.
Yeah. And then at the end of the game, at the final dungeon, when I get there, when I'm playing with 4 people, I'm normally like level 120, 130, and so I go through the dungeon and get myself to level 255, which is the max level.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 255. It's not as bad. There's an item in the game called the experience card that doubles the experience you get. And if you fight 7 of the blue funny thieves on level 7, or you fight the group of 4 wizards on floor 13, which is the final floor of the
What
final
am I
dungeon.
trying to accomplish here?
For the wizards, you'll get 400,000 experience, which is almost a full level up on that one battle right there.
Father,
no matter what level you
what
are.
am I supposed to do?
Or you get.
Okay, so enemies are generous with speed. That's it.
Depending on what part of the game you're in.
Father.
The way I level
I
up.
heard so you had to say was fucking yes, dude.
Well, no, I say depending on what part of the game you're in, because if you play like me, and you level grind like I do, the first half of the game, the enemies don't give shit for experience. The second half of the game, though, if you play like I do, is very generous with
What am I supposed to
how you
do?
give experience points. Back to what I was saying. If you fight the 7 blue funny thieves on floor 7 of the final dungeon, that is 600,000 points, and then is a guaranteed level up. Guaranteed.
Oh wow, that's actually kind of...
Until level like 245, at which point you have 10 levels to go, so you have to fight the blue funny thieves, I don't know, like
That
13,
girl's passed
14
out on
more
her
times,
bed
you'll be max level.
now that she's finally had enough of crying for her dead father.
I am sure this
It's
is
really not
just
that bad.
as
But
much
back
a
to my
shock
point.
for you as it is
I'm sorry,
for
but I hate games where you have to
you and
grind.
her mother.
Oh, you don't have to grind. I edited in the playthrough that I say you feel like you have your max level. You don't. You can be like level 170 or something and still fight the final boss, even with the private action that removes his limiter and quintuples his health, magic, and attack.
What am I going to do?
So... I'm
still haven't told her yet. Now that he's gone,
But anyway,
I'll have
again,
to tell
back to
her
my
all by
point.
myself.
At the final dungeon, the recording fucked up twice, and because I was gonna get to level
Can you
255
imagine
anyway, I just
having
fucking
to tell your daughter
debugged
that
myself
she's
to max
not your
level
real
when I called
child?
max HP. And then just went and then just went through the dungeon. And of course, that time it works, but
Yeah.
I knew I
And here we find out that Reina is adopted, essentially.
Stand-up for. Oh wait, what? That's later?
She would
Aw.
have been mine.
Reina is an adopted
real
child,
daughter.
and Westa, her mother quotations, should have thrown away that damn pendant. Now we should be her real child, cause her father just died. Spoiler: we never see him.
So did she dye her hair blue to look like Reina, or is it just a coincidence?
It's pure coincidence.
Yes.
In fact, there are 3 people in this game that have blue hair. 4 people.
Reina.
Reina, Dios, Leon, and an NPC.
Mr. Kenny.
I thought Diaz, not Diaz. I thought Leon had black hair, but
No, Leon. I'm almost like 99.9% positive that he had blue hair. Open up the strategy guide again.
it must have been incredibly dark then. But no.
Yeah, he had.
What's wrong?
Diaz's
You
hair
look
is the dark
tired.
one. Leon's hair is the bright one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm fine.
The only redhead is Susato.
Speaking of Leon, like I'm going on Star Ocean 3 again, and I apologize, but Star Ocean 3, in one of the private actions that you get,
It's all right.
if you say, like, you have to talk to this particular character on the beach at the very beginning of the game, and you have to say, like, either, like, in the private action, you have to say, like, one of these 3 options, and if you choose one of them, one of the characters, Sophia, basically gets pissed off, and Fate goes basically tries to talk to her, and he gives her a book written by Leon.
Talked about how the hero would appear in a
Really?
time of greatest
Yeah,
need and
it's
save our way
it's
of
written by
life.
Leon.
Do you remember
Nice
the name?
mouse cursor.
I don't even know if they give the name of it, but like I know that whenever you're talking to the she's specifically labeled the flirt. You have to choose either I don't know, just some kid, or I think it's just a complete and a total stranger, something like that. Like something that isn't like my girlfriend, that like the option that has my girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
Basically Sophia will get pissed and Fate will go talk to her to basically say like, hey, I'm sorry, I was being such an ass. Here's a book, and it's by Leon, I think. I'm actually gonna go look that up. Make sure like I'm not like, yeah, basically Leon's.
Oh my god, I'm still here.
I really wish there's something I could do.
Oh, okay, my hair is blue. I don't know what the hell I saw then.
You don't have to worry about it.
You saw color.
I hope
That
you
you were
get back to your
wrong.
home
Or
soon.
right, I don't fucking know.
Ignore the mouse cursor. The mouse cursor is not there. I'm totally playing this off my PSP.
I'm sorry.
Would
it be alright if I stayed
What?
here
Wait, I
alone
don't know what
for
you're
a
talking
while?
about, Chris. I don't see no mouse cursor.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, I was a little wrong on the PA, going on the research. It says that while on Haida 4, Sophia mentions that she's a fan of Dr. Leon, which is considered a reference to Dr. Leon, I don't even know how to say his last name, Guest?
Yeah, Guest. Dr. Guest.
I was hoping you said Dr. Wiley.
That's
Or Eggman.
This book was written by Dr. Wowie. It was about his two failures.
Well, bye.
I better get back
Little
home.
blue robot.
Wouldn't want my mother
Always
worrying
foiling
about
my
me.
plans.
Well, fine, Dr. Wowie. Oh, Lord. I'm feeling wacky.
Makes
We
sense.
find that meteor. We find Dr. Wowie.
He has been filled with the evil energy.
Who's this guy?
Ominous figure.
Is he a friend? Is he a prick? Is he a jerk? The answer to that is yes.
That's, he sure is. So he's one of those ass wipes.
Well, it's not his fault, as we'll find out next part, I believe.
So
He
it's
started his model-
ass wipe.
What
Gotcha.
a sight for sore eyes. How are
His
things
like
been?
his like sprite just randomly like vibrated while it was wrecking to the bridge. It's like, sorry, Raina, I have not been myself ever since our last encounter.
Sorry, I'm drunk.
Well, great.
Indigestion.
I had your mom's cooking.
And it's
Oh,
it,
shots fired.
I was about to say something and I lost my train of thought.
I've got good
the
news for you,
the thing
Raina.
that annoys me about
I'm
the
finally
PSP
ready.
version is if you look at the sprite, because of the shine in his hair, it makes
Ready?
this guy look
For what?
like 30 or 40, which made
stage
Claude
has
going on
been
an
set.
expedition
Or should I
to
say,
save her all the
our
more
wedding
like,
ceremony is
gratifying because
ready.
he's no pervert. But in this game, he's like 13 or
Huh?
around Raina's
What are
age,
you
and then in
saying,
Star Ocean
Alan?
EX the anime, he's 40 again.
That's weird.
Make up your
Suddenly,
mind.
Suddenly, knights
I
with
don't know
polearm
what
or
you're
spears.
talking about, Alan. I'm not getting married to you.
These aren't knights. These are guards.
You'll
Which, if you look
change your tune
closely,
soon
all
enough,
three are
Raina.
actually different shades of
Once you
color.
witness my greatness,
Ooh.
my
Well, the
Attention
left,
to
the ones
detail.
on the ones on the left and the very right, like the very left and the very right, look very similar, except maybe the one on the very left has more of a green tint.
The one on the very left is
feel it?
tealish. The one in
power that's
the
pouring out
one
of
on
my
the right is
body,
light
even
blue.
as
I
we
know there's not
speak.
that much of a
Okay.
difference, but it is. And then the one in the middle is tan.
Alan,
Oh, good,
What
good.
happened
My
to you?
stigmatism isn't fucking with me.
Whatever. Take her away.
Colorblind test. See if you think they're the same.
I'm not colorblind. I just have like a slight stigmatism.
Sorry, I just completely stopped watching. So
You know what? I don't blame
Fret
you,
not,
because
my
right now
dear.
what's happening.
Soon you won't be able
I
to
can
live
sum this
without
part
me.
up in
The
just a few
stone has
sentences.
told me so.
World gets fucked up. Guy comes down. Heroine thinks it's the hero. Hero says it's not. Girl gets kidnapped. Hero goes and proves he's somewhat of a hero. And then they go on an adventure.
after they fuck. Gotcha.
Seems a
No.
little short.
That's not
That-
the end of the game.
What?
God damn it. I was close.
Trust me, I was editing part 24 and I died laughing, but that's because everything I edit in I think is funny. I don't know if it's funny to other people.
We'll have to wait and see.
Till the end of the final part.
Raina!
Oh, fuck. Don't fucking remind us,
Quite the
dude.
perception.
I don't know why you're complaining. It's only 24 parts. It's not Darksiders where it's 56.
Oh god.
Was it
What do
really
you
that
root
bad?
of?
The meaning of this. Let Raina
What?
go right now.
Was it really that bad?
Can't do
Yeah,
that.
Darksiders was 56 parts.
Alan,
Oh god.
Or is 56 parts because I didn't delete that one just because I know I
Alan?
recorded that game.
Move out of my way,
I want
please.
to play a
I will not be
hacky
kind to interlopers.
Which I still have to play.
I still have to
Which
go
I
to you.
Cool.
Anyway, back to Star Ocean. This guy's actually a bitch.
I will say this one last time.
Once you,
Get out of my way,
once you
or I will make sure everyone here
But he was a
regrets
dick.
it.
Make up your mind, Curtis.
I said after you defeat him. Trust me, you'll find out why he's a dick.
Curtis, I'm not believing
Hello,
you.
everybody.
You'll have to
This
wait
is
till next
not
part.
the same Alan we knew.
God damn it!
I think he'll do what he says.
Actually, I should have said that goddamn it for later, but...
Bro, Raina be killed. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'm going to be
Yes, the
alright.
answer is yes. You go
Please,
through this
don't
game
worry
as
about me.
the rated M version. Raina dies, and you have to go through the game as Claude alone on a quest to kill everybody. because
No,
you're so
the rated
distressed.
M version is she gets raped, then she gets killed, then he goes on a mass killing spree.
Dear God.
No. The rated M version is she gets raped, hides away for 18 years. Her son becomes the evil overlord, and then he has to go on a quest to kill the son and the love interest.
The rated M version is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance with freaking Claude.
Rising freaking Claude.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, by the way,
Ellie?
I love that little spoof there. Get in, and then she screams, and it was just on a black screen.
This is terrible.
That's what she said.
Did to my
Speaking
mother.
of rape, that was bad. I'm
Cool
sorry.
off in here for a while. I'll come back for you later. And don't even think about trying to escape.
I left the window wide open.
Ignore the ominous window that you could very easily break out of. We'll know. I have like 7 guards standing down there on that
Oh
window.
my god, she has Princess Peach syndrome.
Actually, she's not as useless.
Yeah, she's actually very helpful. She has a healing ability, and her attacks for the first area of the game are kick-ass.
Well, right now,
Also
she has
ignore that
Princess
there's
Peach
nothing rendered outside the
There's
windows.
got to be a hidden exit
If you're
somewhere.
gonna compare her to Princess Peach, at least compare her to like Super Mario RPG Princess Peach.
That's who I was comparing her to.
Okay, then yes, very much so. She is a broken healer once you learn Fairy Heal. Cure and
I
Cure
like
ain't doing shit.
I like that. Like she's like, there's got to be a secret passage. Or something.
What is that?
She's been reading a lot of mystery novels.
There has to be a secret passage out of here. Statue glows. This is too easy.
Where am I?
It's almost like I knew what was going on.
And then we have this guy, who was the father of those 2 kids
Wait.
I didn't show off, but if you remember the house I went in and stole the jam out of their treasure chest,
There's
yeah, the
someone
2
on the
kids are
ground.
slightly to the left. This is their father.
His epic quest to find the person who stole the jam.
I am a jackass. Their father is on the ground dying,
you
and I
alright?
steal their jam.
But I needed the jam. The jam was
Why are
tasty.
you here?
The jam sells for 90 gold. I needed that so I can
That's
buy
what I
some
was gonna ask
blackberries,
you.
which restore
Oh,
magic.
you're
I mean-
right.
the jelly
I'll be
jam,
fine.
whatever the fuck it is,
But what are
restored
you doing
magic
here?
flower points. I needed it.
Oh yeah.
I was taken here. by
I'll be
Alan.
fine. Isn't that what the
She was going about a wedding
Link's
some
uncle
kind
said
of
in Link to the
altar.
Past?
Yeah, but the difference is this guy
I see.
survives.
Well,
This
Alan had me build this bizarre room inside
Happy
the
endings
Solomon
for
House
everybody.
him. Guess now I know what the altar's for.
You get a happy ending. You get a happy ending. You get a happy ending. Everybody gets a happy ending.
looks at Jeff.
Except for you, Bill. Nobody
What's wrong with that boy? He's
Except
got
for
this
like
stone,
you.
Nobody
and
likes
every
Bill.
time he looks at it, he cracks this smile that makes him look like a madman. I was
Anyway, we
frankly too
managed to
scared
bullshit
go
our way
on.
through that 48-minute
But when I
story
tried to
sequence.
escape,
Yay!
Raina,
Now we can get to the good parts of the
you're
game.
the one
When
he's
do we get to
after.
the gameplay,
You
Curtis?
gotta get out of
Next
here.
part, I think.
Yeah, next part is when we get to the gameplay, and then next
I'll be
part I
alright.
believe we finish
I'll
the
leave the mansion
dungeon,
once I've rested up a bit.
and then we have a
But you
smaller
don't
story
have that
sequence
kind of
repeating
luxury,
everything in a more condensed version, and then Cloud and Raina go
This
on their
mansion
journey.
is connected to
And
the
So,
then the
what-
rest of
what-
the game is story sequences and
You
me
might
cutting
be
out
able to
random
find
battles
your
on the
way back
overworld.
to town through
Hey,
there.
hooray!
Now get moving.
Because trust me, this isn't like Final Fantasy VI or a Final Fantasy game where the enemy variety is far and wide.
I could
Now-
just see you. I could just see you dancing in your seat. But anyway,
Most of the RPGs I play don't require grinding.
Oh, you poor fucker.
What kind of
You better-
RPGs are you playing that don't require grinding?
Fallout New Vegas.
that's what she
Pussy.
said.
And I don't even think that you really need to grind in KOTOR.
You kind of